Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with, look who's here, Kathy and Mark, all three of us, and Burk.
So good.
Talking about movies and movie trailers, like it says right there. And we have a trailer today by one of, I think, one of those, like, love him, hate him. Who knows? You get so many different opinions about this guy.
Do we? I mean, is he controversial? I mean, I know he's kind of esteemed, right? I mean, he's made some weird movies, but isn't he kind of one of the?
Well, I think he's the guy that, whenever the director is somebody that, okay, it's one of his or her movies. That's inconsistent. Well, no, I just think it's one of his movies. Like, it feels like a Luc Besson film, like whether it's The Professional or any of his many films. They have a certain very stylized vibe to them.
That's true.
And I enjoy his movies. I think they're really interesting to watch.
I do too.
And they're sort of, sometimes you leave, logic out, leave it out the window, much like a Brian De Palma, same sort of thing. It's very cinematic.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so he's a French filmmaker, but sometimes he does English language films. And this one is an English language film, but I think it's shot in France. Coming out end of September, starring Caleb Landry Jones, who's a really interesting actor. I've seen him in other things. And the film's called Dogman. And I think it's kind of like a superhero character. I mean, he has something to do with dogs, right? He loves doggies.
Is he a superhero?
Or a character?
I don't know. I have no idea what this is.
He's got some kind of special power, I hear.
Oh, okay. I'm fascinated by this because it just seems
like raised by dogs or something,
or maybe something like that. But he's an interesting actor. It's an interesting director, so it's probably worth checking out the trailer.
Well, you mentioned The Professional, so I wanted to show this real fast. I did this poster.
That's right.
Way back in the day. Oh my God, it looks so dated. It's amazing. Like, this is
no, it doesn't.
Oh, but that's a very young Natalie Portman.
And there was no good photography. I mean, there was only literally 4 shots of him, and then just shots of her from the movie. So the quality of the photos were not great. So we had to make them small. But that's sort of the idea with that. And then this is my pride and joy. I actually did the poster for Fifth Element, which I was very excited to have done.
It's a really fun movie.
And I can tell you the story after we watched this trailer, but we had to go to Luc Besson's house in Malibu to get the photos to do this poster.
Like physical photographs?
Yes.
Wow.
No, we had to go. I guess I told you. We had to go to his house in Malibu Beach. He had this beautiful rental. He had a pile of photos that we went through that he.
You're talking physical photos?
Yes.
Wow.
And then he said, just remember them and design posters. But we don't have the photos. So we didn't even get the photos.
Just
look at them and then go back and go, do you remember what photos we saw?
Oh my God.
So weird. I know. And then it was just so stupid. So, so then we had to, that didn't work. Needless to say, because you can't design without photos. So we had to request that he send us screen captures of the film because they were editing the movie in his house. They had a whole editing bay set up in a room in his house. So we had to go back with the editor and sit and pick shots from the movie, and those shots are what's in the poster.
Wow.
You can never tell from the poster, though. Well
my God. I know. It's like, okay. I know. Some of these are...
That's a classic. It's got the 5 beams, the 5 stones.
That's right. You noticed that. That's good.
Oh yeah, and they're blue flames with the.
And it was, Photoshop wasn't quite as advanced, so Photoshop's a little harder to do. But it's still I got to work on that movie, which is great.
Yeah,
even if the spaceships have 5 chemtrails, right? Was that?
I know what we're doing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
we tried because I'm a big film nerd, so I knew that we got to see a screening of it, so we knew what it was about. Shockingly. Yeah. With a big, huge time. I mean, it was painful to watch it, but at least we understood what it was about.
I like that movie a lot.
I do too. It's awesome.
My favorites of his. That
I dressed up as her for Halloween one year.
She's great. I mean, he's in La Femme Nikita is also a good one. And some of his lesser known ones like Valerian, is kind of interesting. Lucy.
I liked Valerian. People were putting that one down. There was the thing that people were saying about Valerian is that there was a big, huge lack of chemistry between the two stars. And I kind of agree with that. But you know what's funny? The first time I watched it, I kind of wanted to like the two main characters. And you want them to be like this cool couple, but then, but you didn't. There wasn't chemistry, and they're kind of annoying, and they're sort of perpetually like annoyed. They're like these sort of characters that are like, and but then I watched it again, and it kind of works. The thing is, once you know that they're that kind of character, so I think sometimes Luc Besson kind of works in different realms. He does things with characters and with stories that you don't expect. Like he'll have main characters do things that other movies would never have a main character do.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what he does with Dogman.
Let's check it out, because it's a French sensibility. I think their movies do feel different. So we love seeing international films. That's one of the reasons we're covering this. We like Luc Besson. We want to see movies that are out in the world. So here it is. And I'm very worried about this because there's dogs in it. So we'll see.
Okay. Let's see.
I think with a lot of his films and a lot of that French sensibility you're talking about has to do with just going for things that have never been seen on film before. That kind of idea of like real individuality.
That's right.
Are we ready?
Ready.
I always like disguises. It's what you do when you don't really know who you are, right? You dress up, you make up a past to forget your own.
Now you love dogs, huh? More than you love your own family?
I do.
You dogs, you piece of shit!
Did you know anyone else? Somebody that could show you some attention or affection?
A child takes affection where you can get it. So they're my babies. As far as I can tell, they only have one flaw. They trust humans. You see, while the real world constantly rejected me,
you're the devil. I'm sending you back to hell.
I adapt.
You're insane.
Thank you.
I have to agree. The only flaw dogs have is trusting humans. That was pretty much right on the. That was amazing. If no dog dies, this will be a perfect movie. I just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know though, but with all the animal protections around, you have to understand that no dog really dies in films anymore.
It doesn't matter. I don't even like it when the fake CGI dogs die. I don't like it.
But the sensibility, I think, is the heart's in the right place. I mean, it feels like he's sort of like an obvious, comparison would be to like the Joker, and he sort of has the makeup and stuff, and he's sort of like this sort of, maybe he's a vigilante as opposed to a superhero. I don't know, but obviously
he's getting revenge for the dogs that were mistreated, or
maybe that's what it is. So if that's the case, then maybe we will unfortunately see some stuff that happens to dogs. I don't know.
Does the dog die? He says no dogs die, but we'll see. I don't know. Sometimes they haven't seen the movie yet, and people are guessing. But
there's a shot in the movie where there's a guy pointing a gun at a dog. I mean,
but he'll probably get shot before he shoots the dog. That's my guess. Yeah. There's probably a guy right behind him, and he'll drop, and you'll see our hero.
You'll see the guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. But he's an interesting actor. I like him.
So interesting.
Yeah, and he was in Get Out. I remember him from that film. I'm not sure what else he's been at, but he was in Get Out. I think he was in one of the X-Men films too. But he's got an interesting face, and I think he fits perfectly into whatever this story is. He just has that look of like sort of menace with a kind of a twinkle in his eye. And he's here to, so it looks like a typical Luc Besson. It's got the French, you have the French music, so the French sort of sensibility is there, and
has a little bit
violence.
of a wink.
So
and it looks like it definitely has a sort of superhero origin story feel to it. Joker was a good observation because he's kind of this outcast. He's super confident, but mostly because he's an outcast. And what's that noise? Did you hear that?
Yeah,
weird rumbling
like a
noise?
motorcycle.
It was some, yes, a motorcycle.
Okay. I was like, what but I like the Joker aspect of it, and that he's kind of like, in a way, he's so cocky, and he can outsmart everyone in a way, and he's got his dogs, and when that father says, "Do you like your dogs more than the family?" and then he throws them in the kennel, I'm like, where do you think he was better treated?
I know, it was like,
or with his family.
Yeah,
it's like I'm wondering why he said. Oh God, people.
Well, I think a lot of times the super villains or the superheroes, some of the characters, some of the sort of vengeance characters that we see, that a lot of times the superhero archetype comes from that inbuilt desire that we all have to get revenge on the people that we feel like are abusing the weak and the underrepresented dogs and animals, in general. And how many times have you heard these stories about people that do dog fighting and stuff, and you wish you could go in there, swoop in like Iron Man and save the dogs and take them home and give them a bath and give them a home and all. And if there's any of that in this movie, I'm gonna like it. But I think one thing, like talking about the Joker and those kinds of characters and the idea that they're sort of insane or whatever, I think the aspect of it that's appealing or fascinating is the fact that there might be a character who has nothing to lose, like that kind of character that's lost everything. And it's like, I don't care if I live or die. I'm going to go get revenge. I'm going to go in there. They get their bravery from the fact that it doesn't matter if I don't survive this. I'm going to do this good thing. And I don't care if I get out alive, that's kind of a cool idea for a character,
Yeah, totally. Well, let us know what you think about this trailer. It looks pretty fascinating. I'm dreading it and looking forward to it. Someone will have to watch it before I watch it and make sure nothing dies, because there's no way I'm watching it if these dogs.
I'll check it out first because I like these films. It comes out end of September, so it's a few months away. But it'll be on my list. Dogman by Luc Besson, starring Caleb Landry Jones. Cool looking, a cool concept. Really cool. I'm in, and if you save some dogs, I'm loving it. So.
That's right. If dogs do okay in this, it's gonna be my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah. Okay.
I know there needs to be a good movie about saving animals and giving them a break.
Give them a break, people. Right. See you guys later.
Give them a break.
Okay.
Bye.